Hi there, welcome to What's Happening in Brazil. Let's start with the latest news from the country.
On July 27, Brazilian Senator Ciro Nogueira was appointed Chief of Staff. This office is like the presidency's right hand. Besides coordinating the actions of all ministries, the Chief of Staff works as an articulator between the President and the National Congress. The opposition and political analysts see the nomination as Bolsonaro's maneuver to try to avoid an impeachment process. Ciro Nogueira is part of the so-called Centrão, a bloc of center and center-right parties historically allied with governments of different ideologies. The new minister will have the task of managing the distribution of 11 billion reais for parliamentary amendments of federal deputies. According to the opposition, the amendments may serve as an exchange currency in support of Bolsonaro. As senator, Ciro Nogueira was part of the government bloc in the Brazil COVID-19 inquiry. On July 26, Brazil surpassed 550,000 deaths by COVID-19. In 2021, the country has been leading the world ranking of deaths from coronavirus disease. However, Brazil's death rates continue to fall. The rolling average of deaths reached the lowest lethality since February, although it is still high, recording more than 1,000 deaths per day. This decline of deaths from COVID is due to a retreat of the Gamma variant, the most common in the country, and also to the vaccination advance, although it is still slow. Less than 20% of Brazilians are completely immunized, and less than half took the first dose. On several occasions, states and municipalities had to suspend the immunization campaign due to a lack of vaccines. A study carried out in the city of Serrana, in São Paulo state, showed that immunization is the best weapon in the fight against COVID. For this study, almost the whole adult population of the city was vaccinated. The result was a 95% decrease in the number of deaths and an 86% decline in the occurrence of serious cases of COVID-19.
A disastrous management during the pandemic, corruption complaints, problematic political alliances. These are some of the reasons that led part of the Brazilian right wing to break with Jair Bolsonaro. Now, former allies are joining the left and demanding the president to leave the presidency.
With or without impeachment, the decrease of the president's popularity is for sure. It has been shown in every opinion poll. Sectors of the right wing and center, conservatives and ultra-liberals, which walked hand in hand with Jair Bolsonaro since the 2018 electoral campaign, keep on trying to distance themselves from Bolsonaro's image to maybe build the third way in 2022. According to the movement Vem Pra Rua, the current president betrayed the group. The movement was one of the protagonists in the controversial Dilma Rousseff's impeachment process and in the election of Bolsonaro.
In the first months of Bolsonaro's mandate, the movement realized that it would not fulfill his promise. The fight against corruption was being dismantled, either by action or even omission by the President of the Republic.
For Congressman Alexandre Frota, elected thanks to his strong association with Bolsonarism, the current government is committed to political alliances.
It's only his ruling staff that benefits all the time. Yes, Bolsonaro proved to be extremely unprepared. A liar, a charlatan, an electoral embezzlement was committed.
Brazil COVID-19 parliamentary inquiry, which indicates serious failures by the federal government in managing the pandemic and every day reveals new complaints of corruption, has also had an influence in changing the opinion of former Bolsonaro's supporters. Now many of the president's former allies are singing in unison with the left wing, demanding that he leaves office.
It's very important to have this union. Unity does not mean that we will stop disagreeing on what we disagree with. It turns out that it's no longer a matter of political divergence. It's a matter of humanity. I find it very difficult to have a convergence around a unique name for the next presidential election, which does not mean that this debate or this union is not guiding the 2022 campaign. We need to remember that Bolsonaro, above all, wants to be re-elected.
Now let's go to Sergipe and discover the Irish lace. It is a tradition originally from Europe, but which became a symbol of Divina Pastora, inner Sergipe state.
With a needle, thread, and a lot of patience, the woman gave life to the Irish lace, a tradition crossing through generations in Divina Pastora city in her Sergipe state.
One of the most accepted versions to explain the origin of the Irish lace is that it was brought to Divina Pastora city by some nuns. These nuns, in their turn, qualified two women, the Maroca sisters. These sisters started to produce lace. From the moment they began to make lace, this also awakened the interest of other women, and the nuns taught them too.
It all starts with a drawing. There are usually flowers and arabesques. Then you must align this thick string following the drawing. The next step is to fill the spaces with the Irish lace points. There are more than 100 types of points. This knowledge is exchanged within the association to develop the making of lace in Divina Pastora.
If a lace maker doesn't know how to make a lace point and another lace maker does, we teach them, no problem. The association has this characteristic of teaching, of passing on knowledge. Our mothers and grandmothers always passed on knowledge without charge. They passed it on from their hearts, and so we continue.
And there are a lot of young people wanting to learn. Lilian is the daughter of a lace maker, but until last year she had no interest in the craft. It was at the beginning of the pandemic that things changed.
I'm 22 years old and I have a 1-year-old son. During my pregnancy, I got interested in lace making. I was resting, I didn't have much to do and I got interested in it. My mother started to teach me, but I thought it was too complex because it's detailed work, minute craft work. But when we learn it, it's more like therapeutical work.
The challenge now for women is to take this work to the world. Currently, they already export to Europe, but they want to open even more doors to this unique style of lace making.
Because it is handmade lace, it is not perfect. It has some differences. But that doesn't damage the lace. On the contrary, it gives more personality because it shows that it's unique and manual work done by a person.
And now it's time for Brazilianism.
Today I will teach you how to make a super versatile ricotta paste, an easy thing to prepare. It is perfect for making sandwiches for the kids. The base of this recipe is ricotta, but I will add grated parmesan so that the sandwich will have more flavor, since ricotta is a very primary ingredient. I'm using carrots in the sandwich, but if you have beetroots at your home, it's a great option to replace carrots. And in addition, the sandwich becomes red with beetroots. Kids love colorful food. To make this ricotta sandwich with zucchini and carrots, you start by kneading the ricotta using a fork. I'll add the other ingredients: grated zucchini, carrots, grated cheese, green onion and parsley, salt, a little bit of black pepper. I'm going to add lemon zest. Lemon zest is an alternative when you don't want to add lemon juice so it doesn't get too acidic. It tastes like lemon, however, without excessive acidity. I'm going to pour a lot of olive oil. Now keep on mixing it well until it binds, until it is like a paste. I'm going to cut the slices of bread so we can make the sandwiches.
Did you like the show? So hit the like button and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to receive notifications. We'll see you next week.